everybody. They can't hear you.
That's right.
So you can't ask questions. Hi. Welcome to Straight Talk with me, Kat, and my interesting weirdo father, Joe.
Also known as the Professor on Board Game Geek.
Good job.
Today is our inaugural event, which is really cool.
First. Inaugural event. Wow. Could you be more 16th century?
So we're going to start with one of my favorite games. The way all of our videos, and this is our first one, but all of our videos we're going to talk about a couple different things with the games, right? Games that I like, games that you like. A little different.
Things that you should like.
So we're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about the components, right? How it's actually made. We're going to talk about the rules and kind of the mechanics of the game. And then we'll finish up with playability and replayability. So, shall we get started?
Wow, you got a lot going on there.
Yeah, a lot going on, I know. It's a big game. So, we are going to start off with Arkham Horror, produced by Fantasy Flight Games in 2005. It plays 1 to 8 players. And I have to say, what really attracted me, as a good friend of mine introduced me to the game verbally years before I ever picked it up, and I couldn't really understand his fascination with board games. He and I grew up playing role-playing games. What are you doing to his head? And then when I saw this thing laid out on my brother's pool table of all places, it's just massive. I immediately fell in love with the game. So we're not going to go through the rules. We're not going to go through how we play.
It was love at first sight.
It was love at first sight. It really was. And it really introduced me to the whole new area of designer board games, and just really blew me away. Kate played a couple times when she was younger.
Unfortunately.
And she liked it at the time.
Did I?
She did. And
That's the part I don't remember of your stories.
And she often played Kate because it had the same name, and obviously I loved Harvey Walters because he's the professor. And
Is he the professor?
He is the professor.
Okay.
So a couple things. So let's see. Components. So the components are beautiful, top notch, right? So everything from
That's definitely true.
the sanity tokens, stamina,
all of the
money.
artwork is really good. Grade A. Creepy. Will give you nightmares, but also vivid in a good way, because if you're playing a game like this, you want to be immersed. You want to be part of that world, and this definitely does that with tentacles and wings.
It's cardstock. Good, right?
Yeah.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
Solid, very solid pieces. They could have gone a couple different ways, and I know they've since come out with the little characters, the little resin characters, but I really like the standees. I think this adds something more to it. I don't know, walking around with the art. Don't you?
I don't know, I like figurines though.
I know, but I think for this one, for me, this one really does a beautiful job, because they take exactly the same artwork from the investigator card, and it really adds a lot to it. I really like it. Again, I think top notch. I mean a 10 out of 10 for me for components.
For components.
You? What do you think?
We need to get ourselves a whiteboard.
We do. We have to write these down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Very low budget. So what do you think? Component wise? And you've seen quite a number of my games, so what do you think?
No, I definitely think that this one is good in that regard. It's not the pretty...
No, absolutely not.
Was that the first one we saw? It
Which one?
It was like bright colors.
Yes.
Almost like Candyland.
Yes.
But this is the opposite of Candyland.
Yes. This one has more subdued colors, but again, vivid. I think it was a great word, right? So very vivid, whether in the other world and the cards give just a wonderful reflection of what's going on. So I think from a component standpoint,
definitely
top notch.
And I'm an actress, and so props and setting are very big to creating that world. And I think that this setting, if you can see the detail on the board, there's even streets and things like that, which is really nice.
So, Kate gives it how much? What do you think? Out of 10 cat points, what do you think?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. That's still pretty high. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a cat. Alright, so we'll move on to rules and mechanics. The rules for people who played this game for a long time, the rules were horrible. Just from the standpoint that they tried to throw everything in there and it wasn't really organized well. And I don't think you ever sat down and read the rules, which
No,
was
why
probably
would I
a good
do
idea.
that?
No, you have me. That's why, right? And later on, they finally produced a frequently asked question, a fact, and something to kind of clean it all up many, many years after they produced it. It was 40 pages long, if you can believe that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, a lot of pages. And they've come up with a ton of expansions, all of which blend really well together or separately. And we've played a couple of games with some of the components, and I played more, obviously, with kind of all in. So the rules, overall, good. The mechanics I like, and I really liked the one player, the solo.
Because you're lonely.
No, it's great, right? Because it is the first game I encountered
Where you don't need friends.
No, it's like where you play against the game, where you really play against the game, and I think that added something else, right? So I'm a long time chess player, I'm a long time role player, and we'll get into that in the next portion. But board games like this, very interesting. So 1 to 8 players really attracted me. So the rules and mechanics, everything blended really together well. All 8.5, I think, overall, out of 10.
I feel like I can't grade that because it's been years since I played. Thanks. And I didn't read the rules. I just kind of, whatever you word vomited at me, I was like, alright, let's go. Let's play with whatever you say.
So you're going to skip the rules. So you can't give an overall rules or mechanics. Well, mechanics you understood. So how?
Mechanics.
What do you think of the mechanics of the game? The actual movement, the actual dice rolling. No? Really?
A lot going on.
There's a lot going on. That's true. Because you're constantly trying to make various skill checks. You're trying to get around the town. You're trying to capture clues. You're trying to jump into gates to close them from the other world.
Things are trying to kill you, and then they'll give you things to help you, but it's okay because that'll only last a little bit before a monster attacks you and you go insane. Or get lost in time and space. That's another one of my favorite places. Spend a lot of time there.
You remember that?
How could I forget?
So mechanics. You can talk about the mechanics. You can know the rules. What do you think about the mechanics of the game? How it actually physically plays?
Okay, well then I need to grade it. I have two different ways of grading it because I think that the way it works together, if you're a gamer, I think you would say 10 out of 10. But for me, I would give it 6 or 7 out of 10 because I don't like this type of style, if that makes sense.
Sure. Okay.
So I can separate myself from it.
Okay. So there you go. So if you're a gamer, Kate's going to give it higher marks than me. I found some of the aspects of it a little bit clunky, but overall, like I said, I think an 8.5 hits the mark. Playability. Now, playability, wow, again, as a role player growing up, and I've been a role player for more than 30 years, fantastic. The fact that it's very asymmetrical, everybody has their own abilities. They have similar abilities, but different stats and attributes.
Right.
Fantastic. Different sanity and stamina, different special abilities. You start with different stuff.
What are we talking about?
Playability. So I mean, from a playability standpoint, I think that's really cool, right? And I may be touching maybe a little bit on the mechanics too, but the idea that the playability and the replayability.
I think the replayability gets better because I've noticed with you that you'll talk about cards, and once you know some of the cards, it can help you make better decisions in the future because if you know, oh, this works really well in this situation, then you can save it or try and get it, whatever that card may be, whether it's a special kind of gun or going out of your way to be blessed, which gives you higher chances of beating monsters and things of that nature. I think that helps to, like, as you play more, you get to know the game more. But the game is never the same.
There's some great synergies, with the cards. And you're right, the more you're exposed to it. For instance, for those of you who play the game, if you go to the Silver Twilight Lodge, you've got almost a 50-50 chance that you're going to be asked to join the Order. And sometimes you just go there because you better have $3 in your hand or you're going to get the snot beat out of you and you're going to get thrown in the streets. So you just know that, right? So going in, you have about a 50-50 chance. But yeah, replayability, fantastic. I have played... Well, now, over 150 games of this Yes, many of them solo, but I've also played with friends up in Philadelphia, and other family members and my girlfriend. So it's a cool game. Yeah, so overall, playability, replayability, easily a 10 for me. I mean, overall, it's going to be like a high 9 overall. What do you think for playability, replayability?
Again, I have to separate myself because the playability, it's rough. I'll be honest with you, I'm not head over heels for this game. While it's a good game, a lot of stuff going on. It makes the playability very difficult when you're looking at how many clue tokens do I have, how much money do I have, oh my gosh, a monster just appeared and my stamina is almost non-existent. There's a lot of stuff going on. Mm-hmm. To really enjoy the game, it's almost like work.
So definitely you feel the immersion when you're in it. You feel as though things are happening.
Right, and I think it's accurate because if you ever had to fight monsters, you'd definitely be worried about, hey, how much money do I have?
You feel that tension.
What's my health?
Right.
But for me, when I play a game, I want to play a game. I want to play, and this is work. While it's a good game, it's work.
Okay. Okay. So overall, like I said, 9, high 9 for me. And like I said, #1 game of all time. And you, what would you give it? Overall?
7.
7, good. It's still very solid number. On board.
You're not failing. Good job.
So we'll have more videos.
Definitely.
We've got a lot of games to go through, and you're going to see the different different reactions we both have.
Definitely, because this is maybe not even on my list, but other ones are, and it's going to be so much fun. You're going to love it.
All right. Well, thank you for taking the time. Subscribe. We'll figure out how to do that, I guess. Maybe that's one of the things we need to do. We'll do some editing. And that's it. Till next time, I am the Professor.
And I'm Kate. Cat. Bye.
See ya.